Hello, I'm Sarah Coldrick and I'm the legal advisor for AFCA Nghymru. That's the Association for Fostering, Kinship and Adoption. The National Adoption Service for Wales has commissioned AFCA to develop a number of e-modules and webinars on modern adoption practice in Wales. This is the second of those webinars and is for post-qualifying social workers. And this webinar goes into the detail, the nuts and bolts of care planning for adoption within care proceedings. So what will we be covering today? The fact that adoption has changed, that it's very much been modernised and is very different from how it used to be, that it's the right permanence option for some children, that there are lifelong implications for all involved, and I'll be talking about the adoption triangle as we refer to it. And that triangle, the points on that triangle are the child themselves, their birth parents and the adoptive family. And the purpose of this webinar is to look at what is right for the child when you're care planning through care proceedings, your role as a childcare social worker in permanency planning for children, the nuts and bolts of adoption work through care proceedings, and how you evidence the need for adoption, looking at welfare and proportionality, and we'll go into some detail with that. And then lastly, using those NAS good practice guides that I've already referred to. So adoption has changed. Adoption used to be finding children for people who could not have their own children. And over the years, the concept of adoption, as well as its practice, has changed because it's now about finding families for children who need a permanent alternative family for life. There used to be a complete severance of any form of contact with family of origin and very little information provided to the adopted person about their origins. And it's now acknowledged that the need for information is so important to the adopted person, and that comes in life journey material and also in the adoptive parent's ability to be able to talk to their child as the child grows and layer up information about the family of origin and the reasons for the child not being able to remain with them. It now fundamentally promotes keeping in touch with family members, if that's in the child's best interests, with parents, with brothers and sisters, and with other important family members. Adoptive parents are now prepared and assessed in order that they can provide the kind of parenting that a child who has suffered developmental trauma needs, and they're prepared and assessed in relation to their ability to be open about adoption and to facilitate keeping in touch. The adoption regions and the voluntary adoption agencies in Wales have developed adoption support services to help families with this incredibly complex task of creating or completing a family through adoption. Adoption support is a really main theme in terms of this modern adoption in Wales. And adoption policy and practice continues to evolve and improve, looking at the fantastic research that's taking place across the UK and our own research in Wales, helping everyone in that adoption triangle. So this is just a very quick recap of care planning through the PLO pre-proceedings process and then through care proceedings themselves. And we'll go into the detail of that later on. So as a childcare social worker with a lot of children, you'll be supporting them through a Part 4 care and support plan. And if you've undertaken a Section 47 Children Act Child Protection Inquiry or investigation, and you believe that the child's likely to suffer significant harm, then they'll have a care and support protection plan. And obviously you're working towards them going back to being just in need of that Part 4 care and support plan. If that care and support protection plan is not working for the child and you're not being able to keep them safe either in the short term or in the long term, then you'll start thinking about care proceedings. And you will think about going into the public law outline pre-proceedings protocol. And during that pre-proceedings protocol, you'll be thinking about the realistic options that are available for that child, should they not be able to remain with their family. You'll be thinking about other family members And you'll also be thinking about whether adoption is a possibility for this particular child. You'll be having a family group meeting where you'll be getting information about the family and you'll be pulling together a genogram. If that pre-proceedings protocol doesn't affect the changes that you want in terms of the child's care within their birth family, then you'll be starting care proceedings. And you'll have already been thinking particularly about kinship placements. And during those care proceedings, you're looking at a number of care options: reunification with birth parents, kinship placements, and those can be either under the terms of a child arrangements order, the child being looked after and the kinship carers becoming foster carers, or the kinship carers becoming special guardians. During that time, you'll also be thinking about whether it is possible, if adoption is a possible care plan, and there's a high possibility of adoption for a care plan, that the child might go into a Welsh early permanence placement, and I'll talk a bit about that later on. If none of those options are available to the child and it's not going to meet their needs, then adoption is clearly an option, and also long-term fostering or residential care is an option, and we'll look at those in more detail later on. And just a quick reminder of, during care proceedings, the kinds of hearings that you have, and we'll talk about the timing of those in a little while. Once the care proceedings have been issued, you have a case management hearing, which takes place by day 12 of the proceedings, the issues resolution hearing, which must take place by week 20, and the final hearing by week 26. And certainly having the child's final care plan, including an application for a placement order, if that's appropriate, is really important. So let's go into a bit more detail about these options for permanence for children. What are the options when you're care planning? And they're set out here in the order of preference that's set out in Section 81 of the Social Services and Wellbeing Act, and also in case law. And there's been a huge amount of case law, judge-made law, over the last 15 years or so, particularly in relation to care planning. And of course, what everybody wants is for a child to be reunified with their parents. We know that that's what's in their best interest, if that's at all possible. If they can't be reunified with parents, then they should be placed, if at all possible, with family members. And that can be, as I say, through a child arrangement order, or the kinship carers being approved as foster carers if the child remains looked after, or under the terms of a special guardianship order. If those options are not available and are not going to meet the child's long-term needs, then adoption is an option. And then after that, the option of long-term fostering with non-kinship carers, with mainstream foster carers, or in very particular circumstances and where you've got older children with very complex needs, residential arrangements. But most of the time with care planning for children, we're talking about seeking long-term fostering. Just a word about mainstream long-term fostering as a care plan. It's placed after adoption in the list because research tells us that if a child can't remain or be placed with family members, then adoption provides a future with better mental and physical health, better educational achievement, and eventually better employment prospects than long-term fostering provides, as well, of course, as providing a lifelong family. But that doesn't mean that you should discount long-term fostering in your balancing exercise, as there may be considerations in this particular child's life which mean that long-term fostering is the only plan that will meet their needs. Historically, decisions have been made in favour of long-term fostering where contact with the birth family was seen as essential for the child's well-being, or perhaps the child was seen as too old to be adopted, and sadly, until fairly recently, a child who was over 4 was seen as too old. And as we know, 4-year-olds are very small. Or perhaps where siblings were needing to be placed together. Now, this historical use of long-term fostering now needs to be looked at in the light of modern adoption practice, where the choice between adoption as a permanency option and keeping in touch with birth family, having contact with birth family, doesn't have to be made. Both can be achieved. And it's similar with the placement of older children and siblings. They can still be seen as a viable option. So do address long-term fostering in your welfare analysis or balancing exercise where it's appropriate. But remember that particularly with the matter of contact, with keeping in touch, you no longer need to make the choice for long-term fostering, as adoption has moved on and really can accommodate those needs for that child. Most of our discussion today is about care planning for adoption through care proceedings. But I just wanted to bring up the matter of the very small number of children who are relinquished, that is voluntarily given up for adoption. And relinquishing babies is not as it used to be. It really now focuses on supporting parents to keep their child, if at all possible. And there is very, very detailed guidance that you need to look at if you have got a relinquished child, or it looks as though a child's going to be relinquished by their parents. And that is the National Adoption Service, CAFCAS Cymru and ADSS Cymru guidance. And it's available on the National Adoption Service website. And it is compiled by NAS, by CAFCAS Cymru and by ADSS Cymru. And very briefly, just to show you how different things are now, the duty that a local authority has to look at the circumstances relating to a child possibly being relinquished. And the local authority has to look at how long they've been aware of the parents' plans to relinquish. And obviously, the more notice they've had of that intention pre-birth, the more opportunity there is to work with and to counsel the parents and the wider family so that they understand the implications for them and for the child. They need to find out who the father is, if at all possible, and the courts do expect the local authority to look into paternity unless there is a very, very good reason not to. And also to look at viable family members who could and are willing to care for the child. So it's not a straightforward process. It has to be done very rigorously, and as I say, it needs to follow that particular set of guidance. So going back now to care proceedings and your role as a childcare social worker in permanency planning, where adoption might be an option. So as we've already alluded to with that diagram that we've seen, you will have been supporting the family with a Part 4 care and support plan and a care and support protection plan, where you've been concerned that the plans are not working or unlikely to work with an unborn child. You contact your legal department for a legal gateway or planning meeting. And at this meeting, you will be given legal advice as to whether thresholds are met, threshold being the Section 31 of the Children Act, and you'll decide whether to start the public law outline pre-proceedings process or protocol. Once the decision has been made to start the pre-proceedings process, you should hold a family group conference or a family network meeting. And the purpose of this meeting is firstly to identify support for the parents within the wider family, to identify who may be realistic options for kinship care if care proceedings have started and reunification is not possible. And as I've said before, those realistic options, you've started to look at those during the pre-proceedings process. You gather crucial information about the child and family that otherwise may get lost once proceedings are commenced. And this is particularly important if adoption does become the final care plan, because that rich information about birth family that's so important to the adopted child and the adopted adult can sometimes get lost, particularly once care proceedings start. So you need to really try and get as much information as you possibly can at that stage. And then start to introduce the possibility of adoption as an option. It's difficult to do that, but it is important to be honest with parents that adoption is an option. It's not the only option, but it is an option. And if it is an option where there's a high possibility of it happening, if there's a high possibility of adoption, then you need to be thinking about a Welsh early permanence placement where that's appropriate. So what is Welsh Early Permanence? This is a framework, an All Wales framework, where if there's a high possibility of adoption, then the child is able to move to a placement at the beginning of care proceedings or very shortly after proceedings, and they move to a placement where the carers are both approved prospective adoptive parents and fully approved foster carers. Now, obviously, when they first move, they are going into a foster placement only, and these carers are only foster carers. And when they're removed from their parents or they're under the terms of an interim care order or they're relinquished, they move into this WEP foster placement. And we're working towards a WEP placement being available for slightly older children as well, whose current placement is ending. And you can see much more detail of this framework on the NAS website. So children are placed with this WEP carer. The WEP carers are foster carers, are properly approved and supported carers, and they undertake all the fostering duties in terms of meetings, in terms of reviews, and facilitating contact in the same way that any other foster carer does. They also work towards and facilitate a transition back to parents if the care plan is for reunification, or on to extended family members if the plan is for the child to move to a kinship foster carer or a special guardian. It's only if the care plan for adoption is accepted by the court and a placement order is made that the WEP foster carers transform into prospective adoptive parents. And this means that the child has missed a transition, and we know that transitions are very traumatic and have a very serious effect upon children's development in all sorts of areas. So the whole idea of Welsh Early Permanence is to cut down on the number of transitions. But to be very, very clear that there is nothing in the Welsh Early Permanence framework that seeks to preempt any decision by the court. It wouldn't dare to do that. And, of course, works towards any care plan that the court decides is in the child's best interests. So let's think now about the end of the pre-proceedings protocol and going into care proceedings themselves. So your role in permanency planning where adoption may be an option and commencing care proceedings. So you'll identify adoption as a possible care option in your evidence filed at the start of care proceedings in your first social work evidence template. By the case management hearing, which must take place by day 12, day 1 starts with the date of issue of the care proceedings, you will need to be able to timetable for these things. First of all, the filing of the Car B report. We'll talk about what the Car B report is in a little while. You'll need to be able to timetable for the child's adoption medical, and that's undertaken by the adoption agency's medical advisor, who's a community paediatrician. And you must also be able to timetable for the agency decision maker's decision as to whether the child should be adopted. All of those things need to be timetabled in very early during care proceedings so that you're ready to make an application for a placement order, should that be the care plan, in time for the issue's resolution hearing, which is week 20 or sometimes before that, with a view to the final hearing taking place by week 26. So what is a Car B report? For the purposes of pursuing a care plan for adoption, it's got two functions. And this is where we have to look at the relationship between the adoption agency, between the administrative decision-making functions of a local authority as an adoption agency, and also judicial functions. So we've got the adoption agency having to make decisions and the judge having to make decisions. And this Car B report fulfills both of those functions. So under the Adoption Agency's Wales Regulations 2005, the court may not make a placement order, so they can't make a placement order unless the agency decision maker, the ADM as we call them, who's usually the head of children's services for that particular child, makes the decision that the child should be placed for adoption. So the ADM makes this decision based on the information contained in the child's adoption report. So that's the CAR component of the Car B. So that's the first thing that has to take place. And you have to have that should be placed for adoption decision in place before you can apply for a placement order. So once you have the ADMs should be placed for adoption decision, you're then in a position to be able to apply for a placement order should your care plan be for adoption. And when you apply for a placement order, you have to file what's called an Annex B report, and that's Annex B to Rule 14 of the Family Procedure Rules. And the Annex B report actually contains a lot of the same material which is in the child's adoption report, in the CAR report, and that's why we've put them together, so you only have to have one report for both of these functions. And what does a placement order do? Well, a placement order provides the adoption agency, local authority, with the authority to place the child with prospective adoptive parents. So you need the CAR component to be able to get your ADM decision, and then you need the Annex B report in order to get the placement order. And it's that which allows you then to place the child with prospective adoptive parents. So let's have a look at what that CAR B report is then. It has a lot of important functions, apart from the ones we've already talked about, which go far beyond the care and placement order proceedings. And that's why it's very important to consider, first of all, how the report is written and in the way that it provides the right information in a non-judgmental way about birth family. It needs to be full and it needs to be accurate and it needs to be updated. And it's very difficult, and we acknowledge that it's very challenging to get a good quality CAR B report in time for that issues resolution hearing. Sometimes when you're getting family assessments and parents assessments coming in at a very late stage. But just to reiterate that this CAR B has such an important role in the adopted person's life that it really needs careful consideration as to what's in it and ensuring that it's full and it's accurate and it's updated. So what are these multi-purpose functions? Well, it's used, first of all, as we've been talking about, for the ADM to make the decision as to whether the child should be adopted. It's used for the court to decide on whether to make a placement order. It's used by the adoption agency for the purposes of linking and matching. So what you're doing is you're providing the pen picture of that child and their family and all their circumstances in order to find the right family for them. The adoptive parents are provided with a copy of the CAR B report, and that provides the information that they're able to share with their child as the child grows and layer up that information in a developmentally appropriate and timely way so that by the time the child's 18, they have the same information that the parents have. That's what we're working towards our adoptive parents being able to do. But if they're not able to do that, and if adoptive parents haven't been able to provide that information, in fact, the adopted adult, once they're 18, has the right to go to the adoption agency and get a copy of their CAR B. And so that information is available either to the child through their adoptive parents as they grow up or once they're an adult. And so you can see that the ramifications of what's in that document can have lifelong consequences for people. And that's why it's important to get it right. So let's now look at your thinking about adoption as a care plan. Because adoption is an option for children where reunification or placement with wider family will not meet the child's long-term needs for permanence. It's not about social engineering, and it's not about stating a preference. It's not about saying, well, adoptive parents will provide a better life for this child than a grandmother will, or birth parents will, or an aunt will. It's about a proper analysis of what those needs are, what that particular child needs, both now and in the future, how all of those involved are able to meet those needs now and in the future, and whether a plan for adoption meets the welfare and the necessity requirements as set out both in the Adoption and Children Act 2002, our childcare legislation, but also the European Convention on Human Rights. Now, the European Convention on Human Rights is a very live part of our childcare law, particularly Article 6, the right to a fair trial, and Article 8, the right to a private and family life. And that is something that we have to address when we're looking at adoption as a care plan. The courts have had a lot to say about what needs to be evidenced to prove the need for a plan for adoption over the years, so we're going to look at that now. In the Supreme Court, our highest court in this country, in 2013, the case of Re B, and in fact there was a subsequent case of Re BS as well, introduced these terms, nothing else will do, and last resort, in relation to local authorities' plans for adoption. And that meant that practitioners and lawyers and the courts interpreted these words as a change in the law and a move away from adoption as a valid option for some children. And this affected care planning and saw the number of children made the subject to placement orders reduce significantly. However, subsequent judgments and speeches, and particularly since 2014, so quite soon after that, those judgments in 2013, by the senior judiciary, have sought to clarify what Re B and Re BS really meant, or what they now think it should mean. These tests are taken from a speech that was made by the President of the Family Division in 2016, Sir Andrew McFarlane. And he first of all talked about the Adoption and Children Act and the welfare principles as set out in Section 1. And the test for determining whether a child should move into adoption turns on their welfare throughout their life. Remember that that's the difference between the Children Act welfare checklist and the Adoption and Children Act welfare checklist talks about the child's needs throughout their life. And that's to be the paramount consideration for the court and also the adoption agency. So your evidence in the care proceedings and in the Car B, undertaking that balancing exercise in terms of each permanency option with its benefits and its challenges, and looking at the lifetime of the child, provides the information to prove that only adoption will do, rather than nothing else will do. We think that the term only adoption will do is a better way of thinking of care planning for adoption, rather than the very negative nothing else will do. So the President then goes on to look, after looking at the Adoption and Children Act welfare checklist and paramountcy principle, he goes on to look at the European Convention on Human Rights and the doctrine of necessity. And what he says is that the outcome for the child, as well as doing that which meets their welfare requirement under the Act, must also be necessary for their protection and must be proportionate. So you need to think about, is adoption a necessity for this child? Is it only adoption that's going to meet their needs? Not that it's a preference, but it's the only care plan that's going to meet that child's needs, both now, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, and into adulthood. The President then goes on to talk about the doctrine of proportionality, where you have to prove that only adoption will do. He says that proportionality is built into the Children Act and Adoption and Children Act, in that a court shall not make the order or any orders unless it considers that doing so will be better for the child than making no order at all. So in a sense, he's come round full circle, because we know that the Children Act and Adoption and Children Act, if properly adhered to, are European Convention compliant. And therefore, if you think about both the welfare requirements of the child and are sure an adoption order is a necessity for that particular child, because that is the only order that's going to meet their needs, then you will have satisfied the court for the need for adoption. So how do you demonstrate in your final care plan, or probably in your final evidence and Car B, that only adoption will do in meeting the child's needs? Well, you take this balance sheet approach. You show your workings out as you have to do in a maths exam. And what you do there is that you consider the advantages and disadvantages of each possible realistic care plan. And that's going to be reunification with both or either parent, with kinship carers, with adoption, with long-term fostering if that's a possible care plan. And what you're doing is you're proving that the child requires adoption, that only adoption will do, not that adoption is the preferred option. And if you concentrate on the child's needs, who is able to meet those needs, not just now, but in 5, in 10 years' time and into adulthood, then you'll be able to prove that only adoption will do. And you need to remember the paramountcy principle and the Adoption and Children Act welfare checklist in order to be able to prove that. So that balance sheet approach, showing your workings out, is the really important part of this exercise, and being detailed about it, and not just saying this particular child needs a secure environment where they're able to meet their developmental needs. That's not enough. What you're having to do is look at that particular child, look at their particular developmental needs. You look at each of those particular care options and analyse how those particular carers would be able to meet those needs, both now and in the future. When you're looking at that balance sheet approach and you're talking about this individual child's needs, it's no good just saying this child needs security and love and the ability to meet their own developmental needs. What you need to do is look at their individual needs and how each of those options within your balance sheet exercise is able to meet those needs. And that's how you will come to the right decision as to whether adoption is the appropriate and the only option that will meet the child's needs. Lastly, this slide looks at the 4 good practice guides that are available. They are contact, transitions, working with birth parents and adoption support, and they really underpin the whole way in which we're modernising adoption in Wales. As I say, they're all available on the National Adoption Service website, so do have a look at them. They're very useful, particularly looking at the childcare social worker's role in joint care proceedings, and they should be able to help you, particularly if you're new to adoption work. So do have a look at those. So that's it. I would encourage you to look at the websites on this slide, as there really is a lot of information around. And equally, you can ask for information and advice on the AFCA Cymru advice line if you want any information or advice on adoption or, in fact, any other type of permanent planning. Thank you very much for listening.